Avadakedavra.
Hi, I am Mickey Clements, and I used to make stuff like this. I've been working on my desk setup lately, and one of the things I'm currently focusing on is my microphone. You might remember from an older video my sliding, hanging PVC mic rig, and that was pretty cool. It worked pretty well, but for this specific setup and for my use case, it didn't really fit. I don't use my microphone a whole lot, so for the most part, I just kind of need it out of the way. So for most of the time, the microphone is just sitting here on the desk where it's still usable, but not really for optimal audio. So on the occasion that I do want to use it, I can simply just grab it out of the desk. And then basically there'd be something here that I could set it into. And what I came up with to set it into was I just took some ball socket shaft stuff and screwed a bit of it onto the desk. Now I can pretty easily take it and just set the microphone into it. And I mean, it works well. It's really easy to reposition. I can pretty much put it wherever I need it. And then when I'm done, just pop the microphone out and hide it away. So super simple yet really effective solution. The only problem is I kind of hate it. For one, you didn't hear what it sounds like. I spared you the horrible noise that it makes. So headphone users, warning. Yeah, it's awful. I'm sure I could find some different ball socket stuff that doesn't sound nearly as bad, or I could use some goosenecking, which is completely silent, and the gooseneck would probably look a little bit better. You can't get it really straight, like it's all kind of wavy and lumpy. So honestly, I think it just looks stupid. I mean, it doesn't fit in with the desk that well. It's just screwed on there, which looks dumb. So as well as it functions, I'm really more concerned with the form in this case. I was actually envisioning something that would slide out and fold up. You can get some articulated arms on Amazon, and I could probably make some of those work. And any excuse to buy something, I'll probably take it. I really love buying my way out of a problem, but in this case, I think I'll get better results if I build something custom. I have this shoulder rig by Opteka. They're a pretty cool film rig company. I don't know if they're doing that much business anymore, because I feel like I got this thing for free. Like Opteka would always give away products, which is probably why their business didn't last very long. But it's a really decent shoulder rig. It's well made. I've used it on quite a few occasions, and I think this rig would probably work pretty well for what I want to do here. And now I definitely consider just cannibalizing this to make my microphone rig, but I think I'm just going to copy the design and make my own. So let's do a few sketches and then get to modeling. Sketching is actually a really important part of the 3D modeling process. Even if your sketches are as bad as mine, it's still going to give you a better understanding of the object you're trying to make. This is also a good time to take some initial measurements, which are especially important if the thing you're trying to make needs to interface with objects that already exist in the real world. For example, a lot of the parts that I'm making have something that's called a captive nut. Basically, it has an opening for a nut that the nut can slide into, but it can't turn. This way, a bolt can be threaded into it. So this part is perfect. This is exactly what I envisioned with this bar that could come out and then go all the way in to the front of the desk. Unfortunately, this main block, it came out a bit too loose. There just isn't enough clamping pressure. I think I made my slits just a little bit too thin. They're only a millimeter. I'm gonna try printing a new block with a smaller radius and a bigger opening, but as I'm thinking about this, I'm asking a lot of this connection. I mean, this mic doesn't weigh that much, but that's a lot of weight to try and extend off of that thing. I mean, this block can do it, but this is also a metal block. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe just forgo this arm, maybe move this over to here or so, and then just have this one arm, and then I can just kind of swing it down when I don't need it, and then swing it up. That'd definitely be a lot easier. So that's basically my backup plan. I could also just use wooden dowels. They'd be a lot lighter. I liked the idea of using a metal rod just because those were metal. But this stuff's pretty heavy, so it's a lot of unnecessary weight. But I'll wait for the modified block to finish printing, and we'll see how that works and go from there. I also think I'm going to replace these thumb screws, at least these two. I like the way they look, but it's actually hard to screw them down with any real force. So again, I'm just going to copy this original design and make something more like this with this protrusion that really lets you crank down on these. So I have my shape all drawn out. I'm just going to... And there's my lever taking shape. This is a bit odd here. We'll just smooth that out, I guess. I mean, like, it's just a knob, right? I mean, it doesn't look like anything other than a knob. I mean, who could see anything else? It's just a knob. It's just a knob. Well, now, that's the penis. So here's my new block with these larger slits, and the holes are slightly smaller, and it has that new knob on there. So I'm going to swap these out. Now, something interesting I noticed now that these circles are smaller is that this vertical hole that was printed this way is actually much tighter. It's a much more accurate hole, whereas the horizontal hole, the hole that was basically printed like this, is quite a bit looser, and that's just a side effect of the FDM process. It can do a much more accurate hole making concentric circles like this, where this is built up line by line in this direction. So if I was to make it again, I would try and compensate for that, but I think this part's gonna be okay. Well, it can certainly hold up its own weight. That made a huge difference. And that is awesome. That worked way better than I expected. I even made some dowels because this is absolutely unnecessary weight, but I don't think I'll need to use them. I do want to test them real quick just to see. Well, surprisingly, it's not better. It's definitely way more lightweight. It can definitely hold its own weight with no problem, and these clamps can screw down on it. This can really get a good grip in it, but it's so much more springy because it's wood. So I should use the metal because it's way more rigid. I like that. I get to have what I wanted because it's actually better. So I guess the best would be like a carbon fiber rod where it's both super rigid and very lightweight. But... well, there you go. This This is great. I like this so much. This puts the microphone exactly where I wanted it. I can still access everything on the desk. It's not blocking my view of anything on the monitor. This is perfect. And then when I don't need it, this can just go over here. And the whole thing can just fold away. That is so cool. That is exactly what I was envisioning. I think this thing is the perfect mix of function and form. I love the design of this. Thank you very much, Avadekadavra, for the inspiration on this. It's a real shame that this still isn't available. I think this is a really cool piece of kit, but you can definitely 3D print your own. I'll try and make these parts available for anyone that wants to mess around with them, but this is a huge success. I'm so happy this worked. This is just too cool. I love when something in my head or something roughly sketched on paper can become something physical in the real world. My sincere thank you for watching. Once again, I am Nick D. Clements, if you're wondering. Nick is short for Nicholas, and the D stands for desk. Anyway, I'm off to make something else. I recently made this, and it might be my new favorite thing. It's a slide-out tray for all my SD cards. It holds 15 cards, 5 of each type. It could have held more, but I designed it with extra space so you can easily get your fingers in between the cards and pull one out.